which resulted in these 9 charges that the appellant now faces, is a knife that cuts both ways. On the one hand, my lady, it might tend to show a propensity to commit offences, but on the other hand, it shows that in every instance in which the appellant was arrested and had to face bail conditions, he complied. So one looks to the pedigree of the dog or to the history of the matter to say, what do we learn from history? We learn what ought to happen in the future, because that's the lesson of history. Historically, this appellant has always complied with his bail conditions. He's always respected the court. There isn't one instance where the state can say, he never appeared, or he gave us a runaround, or he didn't present himself. He presented himself, they said, even intoxicated in one instance. He was on his way with his attorney, and it's undisputed in respect of this current matter with all these charges. So that in itself, my ladies, is an exceptional circumstance that would justify the granting of bail on a Schedule 6 offence. That isn't a new fact, my lady. It was something that was always there, and it was recorded in all of the bail applications thus far. So we have 2 standards here. Firstly, to succeed on appeal in this matter, we need to satisfy this Honourable Court that there are new facts that justify a reconsideration premised on those new facts. They're set out. I've repeated them to your ladyship. I do respectfully submit that we've satisfied that element. The second stage, my lady, would then be to say, would that satisfy the requirements of a Schedule 6 bail application, in that do those new facts constitute exceptional circumstances? My learned friend conflates the two. I ask your ladyship to do 2 separate